Margaise was wedded to King Urien of Gore, and Morgana le Fay was wedded to King Lot of Orkney. Now after a while, Uther Pendragon and Queen Igraine had a son born unto them, and he was very beautiful, and of great size and strength of bone. And whilst the child still lay wrapped in his swaddling clothes and lying in a cradle of gold and ultramarine, Merlin came to Uther Pendragon with a spirit of prophecy strong upon him, for such was often the case with him. And speaking in that spirit of prophecy, he said, "Lord, it is given unto me to foresee that thou shalt shortly fall sick of a fever, and that thou shalt maybe die of a violent sweat that will follow thereon. Now, should such a dolorous thing befall us all, this young child, who is certes the hope of all this realm, will be in very great danger of his life. For many enemies will assuredly rise up with design to seize upon him for the sake of his inheritance, and either he will be slain, or else he will be held in captivity, from which he shall hardly hope to escape. Wherefore I do beseech thee, Lord, that thou wilt permit Sir Ulfius and myself to presently convey the child away unto some place of safe refuge, where he may be hidden in secret until he groweth to manhood, and is able to guard himself from such dangers as may threaten him." When Merlin had made an end of speaking thus, Uther Pendragon made reply with a very steadfast countenance, in this wise: "Merlin, so far as my death is concerned, when my time cometh to die, I believe God will give me grace to meet my end with entire cheerfulness. For certes, my lot is in that wise no different from that of any other man who hath been born of woman. But touching the matter of this young child, if thy prophecy be true, then this danger is very great, and it would be well that he should be conveyed hence to some place of safe harbourage, as thou dost advise. Wherefore I pray thee to perform thy will in this affair, bearing in thy heart the consideration that the child is the most precious inheritance which I shall leave unto this land." All this, as was said, Uther Pendragon spake with great calmness and equanimity of spirit. And Merlin did as he had advised, and he and Sir Ulfius conveyed the child away by night, and no one but they wist whither the babe had been taken. And shortly afterward Uther Pendragon was seized with a sickness, as Merlin had foretold, and he died exactly as Merlin had feared that he would die. Wherefore it was very well that the child had been taken to a place of safety. And after Uther Pendragon had departed from his life, it was likewise as Merlin had feared, for all the realm fell into great disorder. For each lesser king contended against his fellow for overlordship, and wicked knights and barons harried the highways as they listed, and there levied toll with great cruelty upon helpless wayfarers. For some such travellers they took prisoners and held for ransom, while others they slew because they had no ransom to pay. So it was a very common sight to see a dead man lying by the roadside, if you should venture to make a journey upon some business or other. Thus it befell that, after a while, all that dolorous land groaned with the trouble that lay upon it. Thus there passed nearly 18 years in such great affliction, and then, one day, the Archbishop of Canterbury summoned Merlin to him, and bespake him in this wise: "Merlin, men say that thou art the wisest man in all the world. Canst thou not find some means to heal the distractions of this woeful realm? Bend thou thy wisdom to this matter, and choose thou a king who shall be a fit overlord for us, so that we may enjoy happiness of life once more, as we did in the days of Uther Pendragon." Then Merlin lifted up his countenance upon the Archbishop, and spake in this wise: "My lord, the spirit of prophecy that lieth upon me sometimes moveth me now to say that I do perceive that this country is soon to have a king who shall be wiser and greater